Hello, third grade musicians. I am Mrs. Zingone from Silver Spring Elementary, and I'm really happy to be here with you singing today. Last year in second grade, you learned about sections of music called verse and refrain. So take a moment and think about what each of those means. Now let's go ahead and listen to a song called Rocky Mountain, and your job is to identify the refrain in the song. So listen really, really closely.
Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain high. When you're on that Rocky Mountain, hang your head and cry. Do, 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 do remember me. Do, 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 do remember me. Sunny Valley, Sunny Valley, Sunny Valley low. When you're in that sunny valley, sing it soft and slow. Do, 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 do remember me. Do, 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 do remember me.
Did you hear that refrain yet?
Stormy ocean, stormy ocean, stormy ocean wide. When you're on the deep blue sea, there's no place you can hide. Do, 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 do remember me. Do, 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 do remember me.
So hopefully you picked out the refrain. Think about what were some of the words during the refrain. Were they do, 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 do remember me? Do, 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 do remember me? If so, you've got it. The refrain is the part of a song that repeats. The lyrics repeat, and so does the tune of the music. Now that you found the refrain, we're going to go ahead and practice that part. So the words are very easy. Do, 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 do remember me. Go ahead and say that. And then you do that again. Do, 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 do remember me. Your turn. All right, be ready to echo me. I'll sing first and then you sing after. Show me your best singing posture. Do, 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 do remember me. Ready, sing. My turn. Do, do, do remember me. Your turn. All right, I'll sing the whole thing. Tune in. You can mouth the words while I sing to help you out a little bit. Do, 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 do remember me. Do, do, do remember me. Here we go from the beginning. Ready, sing. Now let's sing it one more time, and I will do some hand signs. I'd like to see if you recognize them. Here's our starting one. Sing with me. Ready, sing. Do, 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 do remember me. Do, do, do remember me. Did you notice what they were? Do. Go ahead and show do. Me. So. And la. You got it. Let's go back and go ahead and add the hand signs in. Let's practice them one more time before we do. Here we go. Do, mi, so, la. Okay. Ready, sing. Do, mi, so, la. Do remember me. Do, 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 do remember me. You got it. In one moment, we are going to go ahead and sing this all together. And you can also follow along during the verses. Third grade, what you are looking at here is a piece of music, and it's the one that we've been singing. It's Rocky Mountain. So we're going to go ahead and sing along. I will turn on our recording here in a moment, and just follow along and notice what you see up above the words right here and throughout the rest of the page. All right, let me get our track going, and here we go. I'm going to start right there.
Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain high. When you're on that Rocky Mountain, hang your head and cry. Do, 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 do remember me. Do, 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 do remember me.
Back to the top, Sunny Valley.
Here we go. Sunny Valley, Sunny Valley, Sunny Valley low. When you're in the Sunny Valley, sing it soft and slow. Do, 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 do remember me. Do, 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 do remember me.
Yeah, sing it out. That's great.
Stormy ocean, stormy ocean wide. When you're on the deep blue sea, there's no place you can hide. Do, 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 do remember me. Do, 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 do remember me.
Thanks for following along with me. Hopefully you were able to follow the first and second and third verses as well, and maybe join in a little bit. Now, if you're looking at this piece of music, you do see a lot of familiar kinds of symbols. Back in first grade, we learned about our eighth notes that you see right here. You also see a quarter note at the end, and then a quarter rest. You also might notice that the notes on the staff are down here, and some are up here. And so that's showing us how high we should sing or how low we should sing. So there's lots of different symbols here on the music. If you'd like to, you can go ahead and pause, and you can take a look and try to find some other quarter notes or some other eighth notes. Now here in third grade, we are going to learn about some other symbols in our music. And the first one I'd like to show you is something called a time signature. I mentioned rhythms just a moment ago, and if you look at, we take this measure right here where you can see my cursor, we have a quarter note and a quarter rest. A quarter note is one beat, and a quarter rest is a beat as well. It's silence, it's not sound, but it's still just as important, and it still gets one beat. We have a total of 2 beats in that measure. What if we look down here at the refrain and we look at these 2 quarter notes? We have 1 plus 1. There's 2 beats in that measure as well. Now go back to the beginning here, and what you see is a time signature right there. What number is up on the top? If you said 2, you've got it. There's a 2 over a quarter note, and that 2 is telling us how many beats are in each measure. So then what's a measure? I've said that word a few times here. A measure is a small chunk of the song. So like right here, I'm going to circle around that measure for you. There you can see a measure. Take a moment and point to another measure in your music. Did you find one? Maybe you pointed to this one right here. Maybe you went down to the bottom and you pointed right there. So those are all good examples. You could have even pointed at this section. So a measure, or measures in music, I should say, are divided up by bar lines. So if you look here, see that vertical line right here? I'm going to highlight it for you. And then there's another one over here. Can't quite get to it. Here is one as well. There's one. And if you look up here, you see a bar line and another bar line. And then this spot here with the quarter note, quarter rest, that is where you have a measure. Now these spots right here and here and here and here, they don't have a bar line right before them, but they are still measures. Take a moment and count how many measures are in the song. Go ahead and pause your video while you do this. All right, how many did you count? Go ahead and say your numbers. If you counted 16, you got it. You got them all. All right, so there is two more symbols I would love to show you here. And one of them is all the way down at the end. So let me see if I can highlight this for you. There's one line, and right beside it, if you look right here, there's a second line. That's actually called a double bar line. And the double bar line says to you, oh, this is the end of the song. It's over. And one other symbol I would like to show you is this one right here. You actually see that at a few places. That one is called your treble clef sign. Everybody say treble clef sign. Pause the video and count how many other treble clef signs you see in the music. Did you count 3 more? So you have a total of 4. You will have a treble clef sign at the beginning of your lines of music, just like this. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go back and I will point to our different symbols that we have here. And as I say them, as I point to them, you go ahead and say what that symbol in music is called. Okay, here we go. What's this one right here? Did you say treble clef sign? That's it. Right after that, right here. Time signature. Yes, that's it. And remember, that time signature shows you how many beats are in each measure, in every single measure. And speaking of that, what is this area called? We actually have a couple of them. We have this one here, that one, and that one are all marked. They're the measures. Yes, they're the smaller chunks of our song. And then finally, what divides the measures? What is this? Or divides the music into measures, I should say. There they are. Here's another one. The bar lines, correct? And last but not least, if you look down at the bottom here, I highlighted part of it. That's the one that says, oh, it's the end of the song. That is called the double bar line. You guys have done so well at reviewing all of these different parts of a piece of music. They're great. What you see in front of you right now is the music for Are You Sleeping? Or you may think of it as Brother John. And we're not really going to do too much singing with this today at all, but I want you to take a peek and go over some of our symbols. So I'm going to say each one, and what I'd like you to do is just point in that general direction of that symbol on your screen. Excuse me. All right, so your first one, let's do double bar line. Double bar line. And if you ever need more time to find these, go ahead and pause your video after each one and look for it. Okay, another symbol. Let's find the regular bar lines and count how many you have. Okay, great. How many did you count? Go ahead and say your number. 7, right. If you said 8, you might have counted the double bar line. However, that's separate. Check for your measures. Go ahead and count those as well. How many did you find? I found 8. So if you said 8, you've got it. Great job. What other symbol do we need? Oh, let's do a treble clef sign. Find your treble clef sign. Great. Did you find maybe all 4 of them? And our last symbol to find today is the time signature. Yeah, you should have found it pretty close after the treble clef sign. There's one other symbol in between them, but then it's right after that. Excellent. And this time signature, I'll point out, is a little bit different from the one that we had in Rocky Mountain. You'll notice there's a different number of beats in each measure of the song. How many beats are in each measure? Did you say 4? Yes. Now, over the next week, if you have any sheet music at home, feel free to take a look at it and see if you can find all these different symbols that we've been learning about today. Have a great week, everybody.